For me, it's the most, I've lost since, I think ever. It's not fun.
The Mavericks are straight up wrecking Cooper Flagg's rookie season, and the frustration's starting to show. The kid's got crazy handles. He makes defenders trip over their own feet, but that Rookie of the Year dream is slipping right through his fingers. The Mavs are playing so bad they just lost to the Pelicans, and Zion didn't even suit up. Now they're sitting dead last in the West. And don't even try to blame the schedule, because it's been pretty chill. 5 straight home games, only 1 real road matchup, and they still managed to lose to the Pelicans and the Wizards on their own court. Like, how did it get this ugly? Should fans start worrying about Cooper Flagg already? And get this, he's been forced to play point guard. Jason Kidd said he had a vision, something about giving Cooper more control until Kyrie Irving returns. The plan was for Coop to gain experience as a secondary creator. Sounds cool in theory, except for one major problem. You can't mess around in the West. One bad experiment, and suddenly you're fighting just to make the play-in. But here's what really stings. Cooper's teammates couldn't hit a shot if their careers depended on it. The Mavs are literally the worst team in the league from 3. Klay Thompson's career looks cooked. Man's averaging just 8 points a game, shooting his lowest percentage ever. No wonder Cooper's offense ranks dead last in the NBA. The numbers don't lie. Dallas is running an offensive rating of minus 11.4. That's a full 11.4 points below the league average. It's a mess out there. But how bad are things really? Oh, it's worse than you think. The Mavericks offense right now is 3 whole points worse than the worst offense in Dallas history, the 1993 Mavs, the squad that only won 11 games. Imagine that. This so-called win-now team is actually playing worse than a lineup from 30 years ago that was basically a punchline. And if that doesn't sting enough, check this. According to league averages, these Mavs are playing like a team straight out of the 1970s. Like, what are we doing here? This is what happens when you hand the steering wheel to an 18-year-old who's never even played the position before. It's not his fault, but man, the setup is brutal. So how did the Mavs let Cooper Flagg walk into such a messy situation? Simple. When Kyrie Irving went down, they were desperate for a point guard. But the best move GM Nico Harrison could come up with all offseason was D'Angelo Russell. That's it. That's the plan. There's a reason D'Lo was bouncing around the league last year and nobody rushed to sign him. Meanwhile, everyone's watching Luka tear up the NBA on his new squad, and people can't stop asking how on earth did Nico fail to land Austin Reeves in that Luka trade? Because let's be real, Austin would have been perfect right now helping handle the rock. And the wildest part? We've actually got reports explaining how Nico blew that one too. The trade offer was basically Luka for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a pick. That's it. The dumbest deal imaginable. Luka should have cost everything that's not bolted to the floor. Every pick, every young player. Heck, maybe even toss in a couple of those Laker trophies while you're at it. It's pure madness. According to The Athletic, Nico Harrison didn't want the Luka trade to leak. So when Rob Pelinka asked to speak with Luka directly, Nico shut it down. That one move changed everything. Without getting a sense of whether Luka actually wanted to stay in LA long term, the Lakers got cold feet. They basically said, well, if we can't talk to him, we can't go all in, and backed off. And the Mavericks, they were like, of course you can. But by then, the deal was already slipping away. So the Lakers ended up keeping their 2031 first-round pick and Austin Reeves. That's how the Lakers, with zero leverage, somehow finessed the Mavs, just because Nico Harrison was obsessed with Anthony Davis. The man really believed that a 31-year-old injury-prone AD was a better bet than a 26-year-old Luka just entering his prime. Wild, right? It's like if the Bucks had traded Giannis right before he won back-to-back MVPs and a championship, except they swapped him for Kevin Love. That's how bad this looks. And yet people keep saying, we haven't seen Nico's full vision yet. But come on, AD and Kyrie are hurt. Again, that's not bad luck, that's the pattern. These dudes get injured every year. That's part of who they are, not some random twist of fate. If Nikola Jokic went down, sure, that'd be an excuse. But when you build around guys like AD or Joel Embiid, you can't act shocked when they miss games. And here's the saddest part. The fans can't even enjoy the few bright spots. Cooper Flagg just had what might have been his best performance of the season against the Pelicans, and nobody could celebrate it. The whole vibe in Dallas is just gloom. If this same kid were putting up those numbers in Utah, Jazz fans would be losing their minds in excitement. But in Dallas, everyone's too busy mourning what could have been. If this were any other team, fans would be saying, hey, great job, kid. Can't wait to see what's next. But nope, not in Dallas. The Mavs don't even have a future right now. They're sitting around watching their ex-superstar, Luka, absolutely torch the league in purple and gold. And remember, Luka's got that Michael Jordan-type chip on his shoulder. He lives for payback. How did Nico Harrison not see this coming? This is the same Luka who once got trash talked by Devin Booker, and instead of just responding with words, he destroyed Booker's team in Game 7. Luka embarrassed them so bad that new owner Matt Ishbia went full panic mode, blew up a championship roster, and tanked the whole squad. That's the kind of energy Luka brings when someone crosses him. So imagine what he's gonna do to Nico Harrison after getting traded away like that. When Luka found out about the deal, reports say he literally broke his phone. And yes, he cried. You could see the emotion when he returned to Dallas for that tribute video. Man looked heartbroken. And now he's turning that pain into fire. Luka's making sure the whole league sees Nico's mistake play out in real time. He's right on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's heels in the MVP race, leading the Lakers to a 7-2 record while dropping 40 points a night. And he's doing all that without LeBron James at his side, who, by the way, is still playing like a top 10 guy. The Lakers got Luka for next to nothing. They didn't even have to give up Austin Reeves, another potential all-star. And get this, the main reason Nico supposedly passed on keeping Luka: conditioning and injury concerns. Seriously? The same guy who turned around and traded for Anthony Davis? The dude literally nicknamed Street Clothes. A D even showed up to camp a little heavy and already banged up. You couldn't script this kind of disaster. It's too wild to be fiction. If you saw this in a movie, you'd say, no way, that's too far-fetched. But it actually happened. So why hasn't Nico Harrison been fired yet? Simple. The new owners believe in him. They put their full trust in Nico. And now their entire reputation rides on this one trade working out. They'd rather sink with the ship than admit they backed the wrong captain. But imagine for a second what a new GM could do if they actually stepped in. First move, wait for Anthony Davis to get healthy, rebuild his value, and trade him while he's still worth something. There's a smart reason for that too. The Mavs don't even control their own draft picks again until 2031, outside of this season. So if they deal AD, they can tank this year. Use that one precious pick to grab a young star to pair with Cooper Flagg in a loaded draft and stockpile more picks for the future. And honestly, maybe that's the secret plan. Tank quietly while pretending to compete. It's the perfect cover. They can't just come out and say it publicly. Fans would lose their minds. So instead, they just don't replace Kyrie, let Cooper run the offense solo, and let the losses pile up. Boom, top draft pick secured. Sounds wild, but it fits a little too well, doesn't it? Still, if that's not the plan, things look grim. Just look at what the Spurs have done around Victor Wembanyama. They're stacking talent like crazy. Rookie of the Year Steph Castle, number 2 pick Dylan Harper, and even flipping De'Aaron Fox for future assets. Meanwhile, Cooper Flagg stuck in Dallas with AD and Kyrie, both always banged up, trapped in a 2-year win-now window that already looks broken. So yeah, Nico Harrison's riding this thing until it sinks completely, and poor Cooper Flagg, he's the number 1 pick who landed on the most cursed ship in the league. At this point, you almost have to feel bad for Cooper Flagg. The kid walked into the NBA with sky-high expectations, posters, endorsements, the whole next big thing narrative, and now he's stuck trying to fix a team that looks broken beyond repair. Every game feels like he's fighting gravity, trying to lift up a squad that's sinking faster than anyone expected. The pressure's unreal too. Every move he makes gets picked apart. Every missed shot, every turnover, every timeout where he looks frustrated. It's all over social media in seconds. And instead of people talking about his highlights, they're arguing about whether the Mavs ruined his potential before it even started. That's a wild conversation to be having about an 18-year-old rookie. Meanwhile, Jason Kidd keeps doubling down on this growth phase talk, saying Cooper's learning experiences will pay off long-term. But long-term for who? Fans want results now. They didn't sign up for another rebuild. They were promised playoff basketball, not moral victories. And it's not like Cooper's not trying. He's averaging solid numbers, putting up near triple-doubles some nights. But when your teammates can't hit open shots and your coach treats the season like a science experiment, what are you supposed to do? It's chaos. You can see the frustration building in every post-game interview. His smile's starting to fade, his tone's getting sharper, and that confidence he walked in with is turning into quiet irritation. Rumors are already swirling that agents around the league are watching this mess closely. They know how fast a young star situation can flip from promising to problematic. Some are whispering that if things don't change soon, Cooper's camp might start thinking about an early exit plan. Can you imagine that? A number 1 pick looking for the door before his rookie contract's even up? It's early, but this could be one of the fastest downfalls we've seen from a hyped team in years. If Dallas doesn't turn it around soon, the narrative's gonna shift from the Mavericks ruined Cooper Flagg's rookie season to the Mavericks ruined their entire future. Now the real question, Can Cooper Flagg even survive this chaos? Because let's be real, this kind of losing messes with your head. Every night he's out there giving everything, and the team just keeps finding new ways to lose. It's brutal. You can almost see it in his body language. He's starting to question every play call, every rotation, every teammate who bricks another wide open look. Word around the locker room is that things are getting tense too. Players are snapping at each other in film sessions, veterans are quietly frustrated, and some of the young guys are just tuning out completely. The vibe's off, and once that locker room energy turns sour, it's hard to pull it back together. And poor Cooper's right in the middle of it, trying to lead, trying to stay positive, but you can tell it's wearing on him. Meanwhile, fans are losing patience fast. They're chanting for changes, calling for Jason Kidd's job, and dragging Nico Harrison's name all over social media. And the crazy part, the ownership group hasn't said a single word publicly. Total silence. It's like they're hoping the noise dies down, but it's only getting louder. Every loss just turns up the heat. And let's not forget, this is Dallas, a city that's used to stars. The fans watched Luka light up the league, watched Dirk win a ring, and now they're stuck watching a rebuild that wasn't supposed to happen. Cooper's supposed to be the future, but how can a rookie shine when the whole system's collapsing around him? Insiders are saying even rival teams are keeping tabs, thinking the Mavs might blow it up sooner than later. If they keep sliding, don't be shocked if trade whispers start flying about everyone not named Cooper Flagg. Because at this rate, Dallas doesn't look like a playoff team. They look like a team on the edge of an implosion. Something's got to give, and soon, or this season's going down in flames. And just when you think the drama couldn't get any heavier, the spotlight on Cooper Flagg's every move keeps getting brighter and nastier. Every sports show, every headline, every clip on social media is dissecting his every step. One night, he's the future of the league, and the next, he's not ready for the moment. The media can't decide what they want from him. It's like they're setting him up just to tear him down. Behind the scenes, word is Cooper's inner circle is starting to step in. His team's been keeping him grounded, trying to protect his focus, but even they're getting frustrated with how the Mavericks are running things. They're reportedly pushing for the front office to bring in more help, maybe even another veteran leader who can stabilize the locker room, because right now, it's pure chaos, and everyone knows an 18-year-old shouldn't be carrying that weight alone. Jason Kidd keeps preaching trust the process, but fans have heard that line too many times before. Trust what exactly? The same rotations that don't work, the same offense that's ranked dead last in efficiency, the same defense that couldn't stop a pick and roll if their lives depended on it. The excuses are running thin, and the results just aren't there. And you can tell it's starting to break Cooper down. His interviews are getting shorter, the smiles are fading, and that bright spark from draft night is dimming fast. It's like watching the pressure cooker build steam every game, waiting for something to explode. If Dallas doesn't flip the script soon, we might be watching the start of another superstar's patience wearing out before he even hits 20. Rival teams smell blood in the water. They see a young star trapped in a disaster, and they're circling already. Because in this league, it only takes one frustrated comment, one leaked rumor, and suddenly, boom, a trade demand hits the headlines. The question now isn't if Cooper will reach his breaking point, it's when. Now the tension in Dallas is starting to boil over. Sources say team practices are turning into mini soap operas, players barking at each other, coaches losing patience, and Cooper Flagg caught right in the middle of all that chaos. You can feel the pressure from the outside closing in, and it's getting ugly fast. Even veteran players who were supposed to steady the ship are looking checked out. One assistant reportedly said, "The energy in the room feels heavy, like everyone knows the season's slipping away, but no one wants to admit it." Cooper's still showing up early, still putting in extra work, but when the rest of the team's spirit is broken, what's one kid supposed to do? And the media's not helping either. Every post-game presser turns into a circus of loaded questions. Is Cooper frustrated? Does he trust Jason Kidd? Is the locker room lost? They're fishing for drama, and honestly, they don't have to look far. It's all right there on the court. Body language tells the whole story. Missed rotations, blank stares, zero chemistry. It's like the team's already mentally checked out of the season. Fans online are fuming. The comment sections are wild. Some are begging for Cooper to demand a trade. Others saying Dallas should clean house completely. It's chaos from top to bottom. And through all of it, ownership still hasn't said a word. That silence is starting to look less like confidence and more like avoidance. The crazy part? Other teams are quietly getting their trade pitches ready just in case. If Dallas doesn't turn this around soon, rival GMs will be lined up like sharks circling the boat, ready to make a move for Cooper or anyone else they can grab. The Mavs came into this season talking about building something special, but right now it looks more like they're tearing everything apart. If they keep sinking at this pace, this could go down as one of the most dramatic implosions in franchise history. And let's not forget the most important part, Cooper Flagg's development. Because what's happening right now in Dallas isn't just bad basketball, it's bad for his growth as a player. Most #1 picks get some type of cushion, a veteran point guard to guide them, some shooters to ease the pressure, maybe even a soft rebuild year to learn the ropes. But the Mavericks, they tossed an 18-year-old straight into a role he's never played, surrounded by veterans who either can't hit shots or can't stay healthy and still expect him to win right now. That's insane. This kind of setup doesn't build confidence. It builds bad habits. It teaches a young star to play desperate, to force plays, to lose trust in his teammates. That's dangerous long term. I'm sorry, but from the pressure to the lack of support to the broken roster, this might just be the worst situation any #1 pick has ever walked into. And yeah, people should absolutely be worried about Cooper Flagg, because at just 18 years old, he's being asked to carry the franchise today and save its future tomorrow. That's a ridiculous amount of weight to put on anyone, especially a rookie still learning how to navigate the league. Even if he's truly a generational talent, overcoming this Dallas disaster is going to take a miracle. Meanwhile, over in Memphis, the story couldn't be more different, but just as wild. The Grizzlies have a strong front office, solid structure, and real potential. But their superstar, that's where things are getting heated. Word is there's a major clash between Ja Morant and his new coach. The coach tried to keep it real, but it completely backfired. Now everyone's wondering, do the Grizzlies have Ja's back or their coaches? That's gonna get spicy real soon. And hey, if you've been following this saga and want more breakdowns like this, you know what to do. Don't forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts below. What do you think about the Mavs and Cooper Flagg situation? And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's next, because trust me, the next video is going to be even crazier. See you there.